Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Endzone 2. You join us in Medici where we're just waiting for a drop-off because instantly we've got a drought on the way in about 6 minutes and 27 seconds. So what I want to do is I want to upgrade my cisterns here in Medici so that they can hold more water. Food is something else that we're really going to have to focus on here because they don't seem to be profiting or making any sort of food income, so we are going to need to deal with that right now. Now, they do have gatherers' huts and stuff and they've got the fishing, but we are going to probably put in an extra fishery just to hopefully boost our production here. Once that's in, we're going to build a brand new road. That links us back up to the rest of the settlement, and that should now see us a little bit more profit, and I'm going to make sure that we have everybody ready to work there. So a lack of food here is really causing us some issues. Once this buggy arrives, it seems to be going on a bit of a weird mission on the way. There we go. Right, we'll drop off the iron and then I'm going to send the buggy straight back to Industria so we can carry on with the next part of today's episode, which is largely going to be focused on finalizing a few new expeditions. So we're going to upgrade that cistern, which should give it a lot more capacity. The fishery is now built, so we're going to stock that fully and they should get food pretty quickly. They also could do with upgrading. That cistern is now being upgraded. What I want to do is upgrade the food depot here as well, and that gives us a little bit more food storage. So as you can see, we've got 1,200 capacity there, 2,500 there. Once the cistern upgrades, which it now has, we go up to 3,500. We can upgrade another cistern. That will take it up even further. And do I have another food depot I can upgrade as well? I think I have a quick look around. Don't know if we do. Let's have a look at our construction again. We do have a foraging hut, so we must have another food depot somewhere. There's one, and there's one. Of course, right, we'll upgrade that one as well. And yeah, that's good. So they should be in a better position now to hold out that drought. Copperton's looking okay, and of course Arcadia has a huge amount in there. The drought is a little bit shorter than our last one, which was a major drought. But as you can see, I have now revealed the entirety of the map. And we've got a load more expeditions. Also, I've done quite a bit of research. We've now pretty much finished off the tree here. As you can see, we've got a load more extra power stuffs from the latest, well, not the latest, the first major expansion. We're going to boost, we're going to get this statue next, and then that leaves us with houses, glassworks, and the wind turbine to unlock. Now, we do need some rubber for that, so we are going to get that sorted in the meantime. And then, of course, we've got the biogas plant, solar power, and the Pioneer, which has a mammoth amount of inventory slots. Once we unlock that, that'll be really useful. It doesn't have item inventory slots, though, so this is literally just something that we can do for buildings, by the looks of things, it says, which is quite interesting. This Nomad can go over swampy and hazardous terrain. Now, it's not like we've got any here. And then, obviously, these final slots are a bunch of other things as well, which are pretty useful. We can't get to that yet, but that is going to be something that we aim for. We've then got the water pump and recycling center, which generates scrap. And that's something that I really want to go for. So we're going to unlock the additional research there. And then recycling center is going to be the next thing we build. I do have a big redevelopment planned. I want to try and send my population far and wide. So you can see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 unsettled areas here. We also then unlocked some more traders. So obviously you know about the first trader we unlocked down here, which is obviously we've got Rusty Rolf. Then over here we unlocked Ole Sorensen, who is another trader, and then right over here T-Bara, who was one of my favorites actually because she had cloth and herbs and fibers, so very useful. They do have a special offer on cabbage seeds. I'll need to check out my farms as well, but today it's about expeditions. Now if I go into my expeditions tab, you can see here sector 1. I don't know where these two are. There's 2 expeditions that we haven't yet done. Apparently we're on 14 out of 16, but I can't see where any 2 are. So they're just there. We do have another bridge that we need to repair, but at the moment we don't actually need to do that yet. We are going to focus on our expeditions in this southern sector here, and the first thing I spot is a ruin over here. Now this looks like an abandoned garage of some description, so we need planks and we need a hatchet to get into that, and I think I don't actually have any planks because that's the one thing I missed out of my run because I sent off a buggy somewhere else. But we're going to head on over there anyway. And we can always grab a residual buggy to come over. So let's go to the ruin. Heading over there. I don't know if we're going to get a car from this, but it would be useful if we could. We're going to send our vehicles over there, and we are going to hit the highest speed, get this expedition knocked out as quick as we can. We can always use the bridge to get back to Arcadia and basically unlock whatever we need there. So this drought is coming in. I'm hoping it's not a long one. I mean, the time we had to wait for it to come was 7 minutes. That doesn't mean that the drought is going to be 7 minutes. So we may need to be prepared to get all hands on deck and get people back. So let's start this expedition because I think they do have the hatchet on board. They do. So what have we got? We've got some crates.
We have to clear
and then we
away
can clear out some plants here. I think we're going to get this vehicle
with an axe,
because we need to use the hatchet to clear away the debris here.
With an axe, we ought to be able to get rid of the bushes and shrubs. With an axe,
we get rid of that as well, and we now have a converted delivery van, which I guess we're going to need to get up and running using a plank. Although I don't see any use for a plank. Maybe it's because we need to leverage it out. Yeah, we do. So we're going to need to leverage that vehicle out, and then we'll be able to get it up and running. We're going to end the expedition here. Then we're going to send this buggy back to Arcadia to pick up a plank. Now,
I'm at the wheel.
Pathfinder is just getting there now, so we'll actually send the Pathfinder down to another area. And I do see a brewery over here. That might be a useful target for us, so let's go over there. Where is it? Brewery. Excellent. Right. We'll send the Pathfinder there. They do have a lockpick, but they're missing something else, I think. What are we missing for it? It needed a lockpick and iron tools. Right, okay, well that's fine, because that buggy is now going to be able to drop off. Okay, right. Oh, nearly there. What's the drought going to be looking at?
The draft is coming.
It's only a 5-minute drought, so we're going to be fine. That's actually very, very good. Great. Okay, so we'll cope with that drought with no issues whatsoever. I'm going to drop the blowtorch off, and we are going to pick up items. We're going to pick up the plank, get back to our stocks here, and we want to grab some of the iron tools from here. I'm going to take like 50 just so that I'm in a better position. Then we're going to head back on over there. We're going to free this truck, and that will give us another vehicle. And I think this one's a mule. I think it is going to be a mule. Right, okay, while that's happening, let's get over here, do the expedition here. Then the buggy can join up with the rest of the crew, and they're going to be able to get all of that stuff done. Right, let's head on up here. We'll clear out the rooftop first, where we've got this. We've got a rope. I guess we drop the rope down, and that gets us into the building itself. Yes, perfect. There's nothing else up here. So we'll climb down the rope. There is a silo around the back. I don't know what we're going to need to do with that. We've got some valves here. We've got a control panel. I think we'll need to hook the generator up to that.
We can shift the ladder with a control panel. Success.
Ah, okay, right. So I don't know what this does. That's going to be interesting. We'll come back to that in a moment. I'm going to loot everything first. Then we'll get things up and running. I guess this brewery, I wonder if we can actually make use of it. I don't know what it's going to give us because I don't think there's any sort of beer production or anything. And there's nothing else in here, so we'll have to climb back up the rope. Go back around the front, get the transformer box linked up, and then we'll be able to get all of this sorted. Now the silo and stuff, I think this might be something that we can end up using and just send something back and forth to it to get whatever's inside it. We'll loot the barrel first. Excellent. We'll have a look in this mule. Don't know what we're going to need for that. Oh, nothing. It's just got it's got iron tools in as well. Transformer box has a load of transformers for us. The crate has lockpicks, which we don't actually need. We're not going to need to do anything with them.
Without some effort.
Car had some basic tools in. And then around here, we've got the silo. Now, we'll have a look at what the silo does. Now, we can't actually get in. We do have to use the rope access to get in and out of this place. So that's quite frustrating. I thought we would have been able to hook up the generator. We can use the iron tools, and we get tomato seeds, I think. Well, that's good. I think we already had tomato seeds, though, so that does... and it defeats the object of this little quest. But going down here, we are going to have a look at what these brewery valves do. Now, the control panel just lets us move stuff. So if we have a look at the valves here, what does turning them on do?
The brewing kettle has already been opened up. We won't find a thing here.
Purity requirement.
1 second.
Oh, ooh, okay.
And notes hanging
Right,
there.
it's a recipe for beer.
Looks like
Interesting.
a recipe titled, "We can shift the ladder with a control panel." Completed.
We'll shift that. We'll have a look at this valve then. That gives us 10 units of copper.
I'll handle.
And we'll
we
head
can shift
back
the
along.
ladder with a control panel.
What's in here?
Absolute
200 units
miracle.
of food. Great.
There are oodles of grain in. We can shift the ladder
And
with a
head
control
back
panel.
along.
I'll handle
Grab
it.
whatever's there.
Nothing to be found in that kettle.
Just some points.
But this seal was
Research
apparently
points.
modified to withstand greater
Again,
pressure.
we're only at 92%,
We can
so we're
surely
missing
learn a thing or
something.
two from this construction design. I'll handle it.
Got the rope.
We
That
can
crate.
shift the ladder with a control panel. Let's do this.
We have a look back at the valve
brewing
again.
kettle has already been
It is
opened
just
up.
the same
We won't
text.
find a
Right,
thing
okay, so
here.
nothing really there.
1 second.
I wonder if
The
just
notes hanging
taking
there.
this
Looks
item
like a
from the
recipe titled
crate, the lockpick that was
"Purity
in there,
requirement, water,
will be
herbs,
what we
malt."
need to do to
Something
fully
here
complete
written by
that. So we're going
hand
to
was
put
added on.
everything in the
Plus
Pathfinder
parsley, plus
and end the expedition. Now our buggy should be on its way to where it needs to be.
I'm at the wheel.
We're going to have a look at our other expeditions now, because the brewery did say there's lockpicks there. Maybe taking that lockpick will be what we need. It does say technologies like seeds or blueprints for buildings can be found at this site. We already have tomato seeds. I wonder if that's what's stopping the unlock, and I wonder if that's also what stopped the unlock in another house that we've been to in this area. There was a ruin there, I think it might have been, or the warehouse or house or something, because there's some of them. This house here, I think we did find a seed there. When we found it, we already had the seed unlocked, so that might be why. So there's an abandoned camp down here. There's also a gas station, I think. Yes, a gas station. We're going to go there
New
next.
instructions?
We'll send the Pathfinder off in that direction, and then our buggy should just be arriving at its destination. Great. So we're going to start the expedition here. We are going to use the plank to free this vehicle.
Now that all with the
That-
support and a mighty we did it.
And we
that
now
old
have
delivery van has still life in it. Who might have designed it?
a new car.
Let's see where it takes us.
I'm
Excellent.
at the wheel.
So we have a mule unlocked now, which is amazing. Right, so the mule, we're going to very quickly send the mule and the
Hitting
buggy
the road.
back to Arcadia. They're going to grab some new tools for us. Then we are going to start the expedition in this gas station. Now we've
There's
got a
lots
proper
of
little
scrap
convoy
lying
going
around
of
here.
exploration-based
We're sure to find things
stuff.
that are still useful.
So we can
here.
keep coming back. We'll loot the car.
That's
We'll have a
interesting.
look at the fuel pump. And then we'll get into this delivery truck. I think we're going to need an axe for this, which is actually in
delivery
the...
van
Yeah,
is
we can't
locked.
use that yet.
With the right
The
tools,
axe
we're
is
sure to
in
get it
the
open.
buggy. Although there is another axe here that we
That's
could
interesting.
temporarily just grab.
There's an axe here.
And then that's going to
Maybe
let
we
us
can
get into
still
the
put it to
delivery
good
truck nice and
use.
easy. So that's pretty good. We've examined the fuel pump. We've got a few
This
other
delivery
bits and
van is
pieces here that
locked.
we can do. The delivery van
With
is
the-
locked. We're
I'll
going to
take
smash
this
it
with me.
open and get another lockpick. And I think there was some lead there as well. Then we can take this ladder.
Maybe
Go
we can
inside
put this
here
ladder
and put
to
the ladder
good
on the
use
bottom
later
support
on.
so we can climb up to that top and get the crate. Then we've just
We
got
need
the
a ladder
remaining
to
loot
get
to
up
put
there.
in there.
I'm in.
Excellent. A lot more iron tools as well. That's going to help us in our other explorations. So this is really, really good. This is a
I'll handle
good
it.
start to this episode. I think we're doing very well. The drought, like I said, is a short one, so there's nothing to worry about with that. Now we've got the plant encyclopedia, so we can grab
Good
whatever's
work.
there. There was a melon seed, and we've now 100% of this area. So that's great. Right, we're going to end the expedition. We're going to put everything again back into... We can't fit those two things in, but once
What's
the
the
mule
plan?
arrives, they'll be able to do that. And they do look like they are... Oh, no, they're on their way back. We've actually unlocked a house as well, so we've gained some free technology from that. That's going to save me a research job, which is fantastic. Now, over at the recycling centre, we can actually kick off the research on that, which is great, and we are really starting to get
instructions?
this research done. So, our two vehicles have now arrived where they need to be. The... Pathfinder, the buggy, sorry, is going to drop off those iron tools because we don't actually need them anymore. I'm waiting for the mule to arrive. The mule has now arrived, so the mule does need to grab axe. No, it's not an axe, it's a blowtorch. So now that they've got the blowtorch, we actually have everything we need. Wonder if we can actually take the rope that we've got there. I'm not quite sure, but let's have a quick look then at what expeditions we've got in and around this area. So the gas station over there has now been done. The industrial site there has a few items that we can go and collect, and as you can see, it says it's at 100%, but it looks like we've got stuff that we can find there, and then the 2 items that are there. The industrial site doesn't have anything there. The barn does have some items that we can go and grab, and that house obviously has some technologies that we can unlock. The brewery still has a lockpick in it and apparently a technology that we can unlock. So I'm not quite sure what's going on. I wonder if it's to do with the little lore bits, and some of them just aren't registering points, but I'm not going to spend too much time worrying about that. We've got other things to be getting on with. So we are going to have everybody head on over to the gas station here.
We're ready.
And that's where our convoy is going to meet up again. Once they are there, they're going to be able to continue heading all over the place and grabbing any of the loot and focusing on those all-important expeditions. And while that's happening, we are going to continue to get our research done. So you can see here we've only got a couple more in here. We need the wind turbine and the glassworks, which does require sand. I don't know, we don't have access to sand yet, but we have actually unlocked a sand pit. And then when I've done all of that sort of stuff, we are going to be able to start clearing out a few more areas and hopefully getting some progress made. Looking at the settlements at the minute, Arcadia's doing pretty well. They struggle for cloth at the moment, so what we're going to need to do is, my main aim is to redistribute the population a little bit. And focus things on a little bit more specialization. Arcadia was my first settlement, so it doesn't actually have much of a focus. Medici, quite heavy on the herbs, so we can get a lot from our swampland and our fertile soil. There's also wild animals out here as well. So what I've not actually done yet is made use of the hunting lodge. So we are going to put a hunting lodge right there and just put a little road going up to it. Oh, they don't have any tools, so I can't do that yet. Right, hopefully they'll get some tools soon, and then I can very quickly build a small road to link it all up. Right, where are our tool productions in here? Do we have a workshop? We must do. There must be a workshop here. There it is. Ah, there's not enough people working in it. Right, there we go. That should now give us access to the hunting lodge. We'll be able to produce some tools, hopefully, and get a road in. They're definitely working on it. And they do have scrap because they get a regular delivery of scrap. So as long as they get tools, it might well be that we've just got to wait, because as soon as tools are being produced, we must have had no tools for quite some time, and because of that, we are in a position where they're not getting enough to be able to do the work that needs to be done. Right, I've taken those things, and then we're going to have a look at our expeditions again and head back off. So down here there's an abandoned camp. I think that's where we're going to go now. So let's head on over there and see what we can get from our expedition there. Looking back to Medici, currently the tool situation not looking so good. Not actually making any. The scrapyard doesn't have any scrap, but we knew that. The swamp farm has a lack of storage capacity. I wonder what that's because of. Not enough space for her. Ah, okay, right. It's the generic storage stuff that we need to sort out. So they're material depots. Let's have a look. What's there? We'll upgrade our 2 material depots. Obviously, these are all going to change very quickly, because when I redevelop everything, I'm probably going to demolish things and we're going to kind of start again. Now, I know I've already done that in this series, but what's really important is in the initial kind of setup of things, we have been able to, you know, we've been able to get rid of a lot of the scrap.
We're ready.
So we can now start this expedition.
Of the catastrophe settled here. They probably came in this
there's
bus and then
radiation
used it
suits.
as the center of the camp.
Amazing.
The camp is deserted, so we can... There are documents on the table. We should take them along.
Oh, this could be good.
We need some tools to uncover the bus.
We've got quite a bit of
We need some tools to
broken up
uncover
stuff
the
that we can
bus.
get.
I'll do it. A cut-up container and an improvised sofa. These people weren't just here for a
Right,
few
so it's
days.
an old
They made themselves comfortable
structure.
in this place. What could have caused them to leave?
that people have been
I'll
living
do
in
it.
after the apocalypse happened. Lots of stuff here for us.
I'll pack that.
I mean, the problem now is we're going to have to really work hard to loot it.
The
Let's have a look at the
coals have
campfire.
been washed out by the rain and scattered.
It's not been
all
used in a
over
long
the
time, so
place.
these people,
This campfire
they
hasn't
could
been
actually
used
be
for a long
some people
time.
who've made their way to my settlement and been
I'll do
offered
it.
safety. So we're just going to keep
We need
chopping
some tools
stuff
to
down,
uncover
getting
the bus.
loads more stuff. I don't even think we're
We'll
going to fit
pack
all
it.
of this in. We've got some rims here. I
Here
think
are
we're going to be able to
several
get this.
rims.
If we
With
use
the
some
proper
rubber on that, we'll be able to
materials
do
and a
something
bit
about
of
that.
It worked.
So we're going to attach rubber to the rims
Here are
and
several rims.
get another
With the proper
bus.
materials and a bit of skill, they could be turned
Got some
into
cables
wheels.
there.
Let's go.
Oh,
This
it's
is a kind
cables
of
that we
market
need,
stand.
not...
It looks like these crates were being used to sell food. Did these people
Okay,
trade
right,
with
let's head on over to this
strangers?
crate.
I'll take a look.
This is amazing. I love that you can just find vehicles out in the wild. I mean,
We'll pack
that
it.
gives you a nice little bit of extra
We
stuff.
can't
Is it
drive the
cables
bus
that we
without
need? Or
wheels.
I think it's
We
rubber,
need to find
but
something
I'm not
that
too
we
sure.
can
The
use
copper
to make them
cable
out of. Here are several
is
rims.
definitely rubber that
With
we
the
need.
proper
I even hovered
materials
over
and
it.
a bit of skill, they
Right,
could be
okay, so
turned into wheels.
we are going to end this expedition, but I do think we've got quite a bit that we're going to need to do here. I'm just going to end
Engine
it,
running.
then I'm going to switch over to my Pathfinder. We're going to load up loot, and we're going to load up as much as we can fit in the Pathfinder without overloading it. Okay, that's done. Then we are going to switch back to the
I'm at the
mule
wheel.
here, and we're going to load up loot from that. Anything else we can fit in there? No. Then we're going to switch
New
over to the
instructions.
buggy, and we're going to load up whatever loot we can. Right, so that's that. My buggy is the fastest. Now what I want is the buggy to go back over to
Let's go.
Arcadia, where we are producing rubber. If we just have a quick look, see how much rubber we've actually got here. We've got 447 units of rubber, and we need 30. Let's have a quick look at our research again. Now over here, that is copper cable for the wind turbine, and it's sand for the glassworks. So we can't actually do that yet. Copper cable for the water pump. If I head on over to Copperton, now again, Copperton, we haven't got any copper here. Not yet anyway. So, was there a copper mine here? Because this is where I started building my electronics and stuff. So I've got a copper smelter, I've got a material depot, and this is the restored copper mine. Now they do need tools to be able to work here, and we do have 674 tools. Now they are really short on a few other resources, so as you can see, over here is where we're going to need to do the bulk of the work. But they can now produce copper. We can get the copper smelter making copper. Now they do need coal for that, which means we're probably going to need to do some more coal runs from the mine in Arcadia. And now you're starting to see why I kind of want to specialize things. There's no way, and absolutely no chance in hell, that these guys are going to be able to produce enough coal. So if I go to my transport routes, we've got an unnamed transport route here, and that is the one that is ferrying coal to and from Arcadia to Industria. So we are going to have them load up a little bit more coal. Let's have them just load up 25, and we actually will boost this up to 25 as well. So they're taking 50 coal at a time from Arcadia, and they are going to unload 25 to each area. So Copperton is going to be another one. They're going to head back to Copperton and unload whatever's left, and hopefully that will start seeing some copper being produced. Now I don't need to produce a lot, it just needs to be a slow progress really. Doesn't matter what the rest is. Now the electronics workshop is what is going to produce our copper cabling. We do need rubber for that as well. We've got 11 rubber here, but they're not actually making rubber in this area. So we're probably going to need to then get another trade route set up. If I have a look at my current transport routes, I do have one here that is ferrying scrap in a 3 kind of way area. So what they can do is they can then just make an extra run. What is happening here? So they go to the area here where they're going to pick up some scrap from the scrapyard. They're going to go to Medici and drop some off, and they're going to go to Copperton and drop some off. Now I'm actually going to clear that inventory slot. We don't need that one. And we're going to clear that one off as well. We don't want them to do anything with this because they're already taking scrap from one place and dropping it off somewhere else. Excellent. Right, what we're then going to have them do is they need rubber. So we're going to add in another route in Arcadia, and we're going to move that one up a little bit. So what happens is they will go to the scrap area, drop the scrap off at Medici, then they will make another trip to Arcadia where they will pick up some rubber. We want them to pick up around about 20 rubber. Let's just have it pick up 10 for now. And then when they get to Copperton, they will drop off that rubber. Whoop, no, don't want them to pick up rubber. I want them to unload rubber. There we go. Right, okay, so that's good. They're not going to drop anything off from there in Copperton, so we'll get rid of that. Okay, good. So they pick up 150 units of scrap from the scrap mine every time, and they drop off 150 units in Medici. They pick up 300, and they drop off in Medici. Then they head to Arcadia, pick up 10 units of rubber, and then drop 150 units of scrap and 10 units of rubber off at Copperton. There we go, so that's that transport route sorted out. Now, over in Rusticulum, this trade route at the moment, they are grabbing 31, for some strange reason, units of medicine. I'm going to have them now grab 50, and they are going to unload 15. Actually, let's have them unload 20 in Copperton and 20 in 10 in Industria, and then 20 in Arcadia. So that's 50 units picked up from Medici and then ferried all over the place. That's good. And I do want to move Industria down a touch so that it becomes the last area they go to. They come to here, they go straight up to Copperton. That doesn't make sense. There we go. So they go from Medici after collecting, they go to Arcadia, they go to Copperton, they come back down to Industria, and then they return to Medici to continue the route. Excellent. Right, I hadn't intended for that to happen, but we do need to kind of adjust those things. So we should now have enough. We should start producing the copper cables that we need, and I think, hopefully, we can pick up the rubber that we need as well. We're going to take that back. We're then going to get another vehicle. So our buggy is there. They're going to drop off these things, including the copper cable, and then they are going to grab 30 units of rubber I think we need. I'm going to take 50 anyway, just in case, because we do have it. We're going to head back on over here and get yet another vehicle. That's fantastic. We're doing really well at the moment. Right, so 25 units of copper cable. I don't think we have enough for that, and we probably won't. Even though I'm pretty sure we did have some copper cable stored away somewhere from like a previous route. Let's have a quick check. There's 15 here. Over here there is none. Medici currently has no copper cabling either. Industria has no copper cabling. So we don't actually have any copper cable. But here we go. We are back. We're going to start this expedition. Then what we can do is we can go to the rims.
On the move.
We can attach the rubber to them. There we go. And then we can attach the wheels, hopefully, to the bus. We need 10 iron tools for that. Now, I think I do have some. So let's end the expedition here. We're going to load up the bricks and the plastic. End that expedition. Then let's see who's got iron tools. Yes, it's the Pathfinder crew. And they are going to go over to the bus, repair the bus. That takes us up to 90%. We can then have a look at this deteriorating structure.
Accomplished.
Again, it's just extra lore. Container doesn't have anything in it. And again, there's nothing. Oh, the crate, of course. I forgot about the crate. So once we loot this crate, we are going to have completed this one to 100%. Excellent. Ooh, 40 vaccine ampules. Excellent. Right. So the bus now, we should be able to leave with. We can. Excellent. So we have a Nomad now, and the Nomad is going to take whatever loot is left here. And we have 4 vehicles on the move. This is fantastic. Right, next up, we want to go down to... let's take on... Right, we're going to have a look at the house that was over here.
Where are we going?
Let's take everyone over there. Yeah, we did it. We got the vehicle operating again. We now have a full convoy here. And that is pretty good. So, is this the Nomad? Yes, it is. We're going to grab these things. Then I just want to... Is it now 100%? If I have a look at expeditions... Yeah, it's still saying that there's something we can discover here. So, I am going to... Even though I now can't access the area, it still says that there's something I can grab from it. I think that is just a bit of a bug. Oh no, it's this house here. Right, let's start the expedition. Let's see what we can find.
For the most part,
yes,
the house
okay, so
is
this
still
was at
intact.
88%.
Maybe we'll get to the upper floor somehow.
Now, we got to the upper floor last time. I am just going to have a quick look around this before we close out the episode, because something's not right. Something doesn't sit right with me here. I think there's something missing. But it has been a good episode. We've managed to get quite a bit of stuff done.
In the washing machine's drum are still remnants of, gee, I guess what were once clothes. No way we can wear them anymore. But it's amazing that after all these years, the scraps of cloth haven't lost their coloring.
Yeah, it's exactly the same.
Road.
Nothing new, nothing interesting here. So we are just going to leave it. I mean, we can't find anything here. So that is just going to remain as an 88% explore, which is going to really frustrate me. Never mind, we're going to end the expedition. And we will also end our episode. So as I close out this episode at this very frustrating house, we now have like a full convoy. We've re-established a couple of trade routes, and hopefully we'll be researching more next episode, as well as continuing to explore the wasteland, which is very exciting. I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and I look forward to seeing you for another one. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.